All right. Got to talk about the stupidity. You go from somebody as intelligent as Jasmine Crockett to then having to watch Elon Musk selling Teslas on the White House lawn. You have to prepare yourself. Like, I need a minute. I need a minute to just like breathe. Kind of just like imagine that this isn't going to be completely stupid. At least Mike's there. So Mike's going to, he's going to add some commentary here. That helps break it up. But this level of stupidity, this level of con man shit, this level of scamminess, it's hard to take, man. So anyways, this is the Humanist Report. Talking about conservatives seethe over Tesla boycott that's costing Elon Musk billions of dollars.
Progressives who frankly hate him are holding protests outside Tesla dealerships all around the country. They're trying to ruin his business. Charging stations have been vandalized and burned. Demand for Tesla cars in...
Have to admit, that makes me smile. It makes me smile.
You're plunged after Elon
feels
tried
good.
to
Come on,
influence
America.
politics over there.
Yes.
The stock price has plummeted, costing Musk personally $132 billion.
I hate what they're doing to this guy. I'm going to go out. A friend of mine has a Tesla. I've driven it. I loved it. It's a great car.
You know the best part about all this? I'm going to be honest. Taking the W. It's fucking amazing. It's great to see. A bunch of people that deny climate change, that said that they'd never own an electric vehicle ever. People that were like, bro, like, okay, hippie, whatever, there's no such thing as climate change, are now going to help defeat climate change. Good job, guys. I mean, I almost feel like this is a psyop by Elon to just fuck over Trump supporters. I mean, that would be the most hilarious thing ever. This was all just to get them to buy electric vehicles. It's fucking hilarious, dude. God damn, it's so amazing. They're like, we're owning the libs by buying electric vehicles. Like, oh, no, don't. No, oh, God, I'm crying so much right now. Oh, dude, please don't buy those electric vehicles. Don't do it. They are literally the dumbest human beings on earth. Oh, it's so amazing. Please don't buy electric vehicles. Oh, God, you guys are fighting climate change, and it's killing me right now. Oh, my God, please don't.
And I just frankly want to support someone who's given up an awful lot.
Mike, am I talking about you? I don't know. Am I talking about you?
You guys will join me.
Might be talking
just
about you, Mike.
We'll push back. Can we all buy a Tesla?
Let's
all go buy a Tesla.
People ought to be kissing the feet of Elon Musk and Donald Trump for being...
Marlon, are you a Trump supporter? Did you hang out for 5 minutes to come in here and type that one finger at a time? Did you, buddy? Did you? Marlon, what's your, how hard is it? Not what's your, I already know the answer to that. It's a rhetorical question. How hard is it to have a 5th grade education and type out sentences that long? Does it take you a long time? Like, how long does it take you to type out a sentence like that? Are you going to go get you an EV, Marlon? Are you going to own the libs, bro? Oh, no. Oh, no, guys. He's going to own the libs, bro. Oh, thanks for being here. You are my content. Thanks for subscribing, buddy. Thanks for spending 5 minutes in my chat. I know you guys' attention span, your attention span is like 45, 50 seconds at best. I mean, the same amount that any one of your significant others would ever get from you. Sucking on those fucking... You probably jerk off to videos of Donald Trump sucking Elon's toes, huh? You got that shit on repeat. You got a TikTok. He's just watching that and fucking jerking off all angry. He's like, I'm making the liberals cry, bro. I'm making the liberals cry. Oh, Marlon, thanks for being here, brother or sister. I don't know. What are you? That's kind of like one of those names that's like right in the middle. Could be a guy, could be a girl, could be they them. To be honest, Marlon probably is a they them. You know, I get it. You're here. I love you. It's okay. I appreciate you. What's happening, Stan? Oh God, I love these people so much. All right. Whoa, what up, Oz? What's happening, Oz? Buys a Tesla, puts an LS in it. What is this engine?
Being the two people to actually do this.
He is going to be viewing a Tesla that is making its way to the White House complex.
Thank you for the content.
Now, I can confirm. Perhaps the press pool today will have an opportunity to witness this very exciting moment later this afternoon. But Tesla is on its way here now, and we'll see if the president likes it when he checks it out.
Dude, look at this shit. Hold on. Look at that shit. Oh my God. It's the world's ugliest fucking vehicle in front of the White House. America has gone full idiocracy. Oh, shit. The fucking truck I drew when I was like 5 years old. I never thought I'd see the day, guys. The day when I was first grade drawing trucks with the same ass wheels and everything. I never thought I'd see my truck in front of the White House. Okay? Oh, dude. And does not Donald Trump look like a fucking used car salesman, dude? Doesn't he look like a used car salesman? Oh, dude. He like literally looks like he's trying to sell Elon Musk and his kid a car right now. He's like, it gets good gas mileage. It doesn't use gas at all, they say. I came in, I asked them, I said, where's the engine? I can't find the engine. Where do they put the engine at? Oh, shit. Oh, God. Gotta say, I mean, this shit's amazing. It's pure fucking comedy. I mean, it'd be better if it wasn't that we're all gonna fucking, like, lose every dollar of 401ks as Donald Trump fucking crashes our stock market. But, at least we get to laugh at these morons.
When he checks it out.
Well, it seems like Elon Musk is finally starting to feel the heat, so much so that Donald Trump and Fox News are now love-bombing him to boost his spirits and to try to counter the Tesla boycott that's caused his company's shares to plummet by 15%, which has also cost Musk himself billions of dollars. Hey, Elon, my heart goes out to you, bud. You know, it's almost like coming out as a Nazi and endorsing a neo-Nazi party in Germany and cozying up to white supremacists and attacking Social Security and firing veterans and illegally destroying our federal government is bad for business. And ironically, he bought himself this job in Trump's administration to hollow out the agencies that were regulating his company so he could increase profits. So if the backlash to Doge ends up costing him more money in the end, that, my friends, would be beautifully poetic. Fuck around and find out, as they say.
Fuck around and find out. Somebody help me out with this. Redong, you might be able to help me out with this. Somebody said that if it dips below $114 in the stock price, that Elon has to call. And that will drive Tesla's stock prices to almost nothing. I haven't looked into that. I do want to look into it, but if anybody knows the answer to that right off, for me to just feel kind of amazing about that, that would be, God, that'd be hilarious. Holy shit. For him to buy his way into the presidency, cut regulations so he can make fucking, like, his car do as well as it possibly can, only to have it dip below 114 and make him call. Dude, holy shit, that'd be amazing. If that's a possibility,
apparently feels so bad for Elon
it's only
Musk
like 226
that he's seemingly trying to convince us that it is illegal
I don't know if it goes
to
below
not
114
buy
and that's
Teslas.
true,
And I
I'm not
say this
buying.
because on Truth Social, he praised Elon Musk and addressed the backlash that he's receiving while claiming that the left is trying to.
You guys remember when Elon first started jerking Trump's little mushroom, but Mushroom Boy wasn't going to climax? Remember when he was like, I don't want to. He was like, EVs, I don't like them. Not a fan, really. But Elon's a good guy, and he's giving me a lot of money, so it's okay. Like, how full circle did we come? Like, Elon's like, look, bitch, okay? That's not how Elon talks, but I can't do a good Elon impersonation. So he's like, look, bitch, I paid for this, okay? I got you into the White House. Now my shit's going down. I need you to go on your Truth Social or whatever the fuck you go on. I need you to make these fucking morons buy my cars, all right? Like, look, I didn't pay a bunch of money to get up in this bitch and then lose my goddamn job. He's like, you need to fix this or little X is going to fuck you up. Like little X is just standing there on the other side of the desk, like just staring down Donald Trump. Like, you fixed my dad's car business. That's my business. I'm going to get that money.
To, quote, illegally boycott Tesla to do harm to Elon Musk. And to that I say, yeah, that's kind of the point of a boycott, is it not? An economic boycott is protected speech under the First Amendment, yet Donald Trump is claiming that it's illegal when it's not. Now, does this mean that he might actually try to criminalize boycotts against Tesla? I mean, that's possible, because he already said that he's going to designate vandalism and destruction of property at Tesla dealerships as domestic terrorism. So I don't think it's necessarily absurd to think that he tried to criminalize peaceful protests against Musk as well. And I mean, 38 states already have anti-BDS laws.
Dude, that'd be some fuck around and find out shit. I don't think that's a good idea. You know, you might be able to get away with criminalizing, well, you shouldn't be able to. Let me first say that. But he might be able to get away with, you know, grabbing a couple of these protesters and detaining them. Somebody was saying that it's a test case to try and put this guy in jail and detain him to see if the courts will allow it. And unfortunately, like I said, you read about the Red Scare and you read about liberal judges that were willing to put people behind bars because they were afraid that people would think that they were communists as well. Like, that is actually like pretty scary shit. So, you know, my heart goes out to that guy. Like, I don't have to agree with you politically to also defend your right to peaceful protest. If you are peacefully protesting, you should be allowed to do so. You should not be ever arrested for peaceful protests. But I think if you criminalize peaceful protests against Elon, that's a good way to escalate that situation. Like, you want people to start doing more fucked up shit. The best way to get people to do more fucked up shit is by starting to, you know, go down and arrest people like somebody's grandma or something like that for protesting. That's a good way to fuck around and find out.
Laws on the books. So if American citizens already don't have the right to boycott a foreign government, it's not a stretch to think that they could soon also lose the right to boycott corporations too. On top of that, Musk is literally suing corporations like Lego and Nestle for not buying ads on Twitter, and he's accused them of an advertising boycott when that wouldn't be illegal even if that's what they were doing. This is how the free market works, and I feel like capitalists of all people should know that. Right?
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to explain this to them.
This is literally how capitalism works. You have a product. If you come out and say racist shit and people say, well, I'm not going to buy from a racist, that's how capitalism works. Like I said a long time ago, when it came out about those people that said they wouldn't make the cake for that gay couple, I was like, let them. I'm fine with that. Yeah, that's fine. Discriminate all you fucking want. Because then when you have no fucking business and you have to shut down, remember, that was your decision. We've said forever in the business I work for that we're there to provide a service, and whoever comes through the door, regardless of political takes, regardless of ethnicity or sexuality or whatever, I don't care if you as a customer hate me personally, we're still going to be there. Still going to open our doors to you and allow you to shop there. That's how capitalism works. If people decide that they don't want to shop there because they think that personally, you know, they don't like the politics of a store owner or something like that, that's their right to do so. And even if they wanted to peacefully protest, they could do that as well. Those are all things. You cannot arrest people for peacefully protesting. If you do, you will see a rise from those people. It will happen.
They should know that. Regardless, Trump doesn't think that Americans have the right to protest with their wallets, so he is lashing out. And on top of that, he's also coddling Elon Musk by buying a Tesla to boost his morale.
Dude, you guys all know that Donald Trump is, he's the dad that Elon never had, right? Like, Elon Musk was an asshole, slept with his stepdaughter, had 2 kids with his stepdaughter. God, that's so gross. Had 2 kids with a girl that he raised since she was 3, dude. Ugh. Holy shot. You know that Donald Trump, he's the dad that Elon Musk never had. He's just like, and he paid for him. He bought himself a dad. That's got to be a kink, right? Isn't that a kink, buying yourself a daddy? And what's the other one? Is Donald Trump a pay pig? Isn't that what we're like the person who buys you gets to like control like your bank accounts and shit? Like, is that what's going on right now?
Hello, President Trump. Are you looking to buy or lease today?
Well, I'm going to buy, and I'm going to buy because number one, it's a great product, as good as it gets, and number two, because this man has devoted his energy and his life.
Look, it's a dad moment. He's totally dadding him right now.
To doing this, I think he's been treated very unfairly by.
It's like when your kid doesn't do good at baseball, and afterwards they're all sad and shit. They got like benched. They're the first baseman, and they got benched for the kid that looks like he's on steroids. And afterwards you're like, you're a really good basketball player, baseball player, whatever. Doesn't matter. I was paying attention. You're really good. Sure, you struck out like 4 times. It's not a big deal. The umpires were bad. They hate you. They hate me, so they take it out on you. Like, it's a total dad moment.
A very small group of people. There's nobody like this, and he shouldn't be penalized.
Ooh, I want to get a motorcycle. I want a motorcycle.
When I watched the other day, I said, I can't believe it. It should be the opposite.
This is from the guy who shit on EVs. Shit on EVs all the way until like last Wednesday. Dude shit on EVs until like last week, and he's like, he makes the greatest product. Really, it's weird that all of this is happening. I never saw it coming. I had no idea that people wouldn't want to buy an electric vehicle. They're fantastic. God damn it.
People should be going wild, and they love the product, but because he's finding all sorts of terrible things that have taken place against.
Dude, this is our president. Oh my God. It's our president. Dude. Like, all the presidents of old are just rolling around their graves right now. They're like fucking digging at the casket. They're like, let me out. I have to do something about this. That's the president of the United States, dude. Oh my God. What am I saying? He's not the president. The president's the one selling him the car.
Against our country, they want to penalize him in an economic sense, and I just think that's very unfair.
Well, too fucking bad. But how pathetic is it that the president of the United States is performatively buying a car he's not even going to drive just to boost the ego of the world's richest man? Everyone's been so mean to Elon, but he's a good boy. He's a very good boy. And to reward him for being a good boy, I'm going to buy one of his cars from him. It is embarrassing. It is so pathetic. Turns out the fuck your feelings crowd were the biggest snowflakes all along. And let's not pretend, by the way, that this isn't disgustingly corrupt. The president is basically doing an ad read for the biggest donor to his campaign.
Dude, is that real? That's not real, is it? Oh my God. Please, for the love of Christ, tell me that's not real. Oh, shit. The idiocracy. You know it's not real? You know why I know? Why I know it's not real? Because Donald Trump can't read. Pete Davidson confirmed Donald Trump can't read.
It feels like a new low, even for the United States. But they should be thankful that most people are only calling for people to not buy Tesla, because there are others who are protesting at Tesla dealerships around the country to make sure that people can't buy them because they can't sell them. For example, protesters in Manhattan shut down a Tesla dealership by occupying showrooms, leading to 6 of them being...
Yeah, now see, this is what I'm talking about. You guys have probably heard me say before on this channel, I really greatly dislike the people that do the soup on the portrait thing on the Mona Lisa. And the reason I do is because it doesn't draw anything like positive to what they're doing. Because specifically, there's obviously people out there, I could give 2 shits about the Mona Lisa, but there's people that care, that like it, that are on the left, that believe in climate change, that are like, hey, don't fucking do that. I once saw a video, and it fucking made me so angry, being a person who's worked in a grocery store for an extremely long time. But it was, I think it was the people that are against big oil, and they were taking gallons of milk and they were opening them and dumping them on the floor of the supermarket. And the whole time they're doing it, there's this employee and he's just standing there just staring at them, so fucking sad, because he's like, I'm going to have to clean that up, you assholes. And I'm just like, God damn it. Like, somebody needs to help these people realize that the things that they're doing are not making people more aware of climate change, because people are aware of climate change. They either care about it or they don't. All you're doing is making people that already care about climate change look at you and go, what an asshole. That person didn't do shit to you. They probably believe in climate change, and you're just dumping a bunch of fucking milk on the floor that they have to clean up now. That kind of protesting, in my opinion, is both like, it doesn't do shit, it's ineffective, and it also is very asshole-ish to the people that actually have to like do the job. This kind of protesting, on the other hand, is my shit. Yes! Go there. Cause a fucking ruckus. Be in the way. Because you know why? Because when somebody comes to buy a fucking Tesla and there's a bunch of people protesting, they go, you know what? Actually, I think I'm going to come back a different day. And then if you're there all the fucking time, they're like, actually, maybe I'll just buy a different car. It's too much to deal with. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Arrested. And in Chicago, another massive protest broke out in front of a Tesla dealership where people were chanting, launch Musk to Mars, fuck Musk, and democracy dies with Doge.
Banksy,
and at these protests, people were drawing Hitler mustaches on Elon Musk masks that they made while sig-heiling, just to inform customers that this is the person that they're supporting if they buy.
Dude trolled, and he's getting trolled so fucking hard. Oh, I told you guys, I don't care. Even if it was just to make the libs cry. All right, then, dog, you did it. You did it. And now when other people do it back to you, don't fucking forget. You did that shit because you thought you were owning the libs. Oh, God, it's amazing.
From Tesla. Not to mention, an army of cops were pictured outside of a Tesla dealership in Chicago, which I'm assuming isn't very inviting to potential customers, but they're increasing.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That right there is exactly what I'm talking about.
Increasingly having to dedicate more time, personnel, and resources to protecting Tesla dealerships because of the backlash to Elon Musk. Case in point.
Thank God the police are here to protect the Cybertruck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, how about that Department of Government Efficiency for you guys? The Department of Government Efficiency now needs police officers paid by the taxpayers' dollars to protect Teslas. Oh, this is going so well so far. Oh, man.
7, 8, 9 cops to protect one Cybertruck.
What's happening, Babette?
Amazing.
Your tax dollars in action. But to be fair, these cops were just doing their jobs, obviously,
yeah,
which, to be clear, is to serve and protect private property, not people. Now, the bootlickers at Fox and Friends, they decided to react to the Tesla dealership protests taking place by throwing a pity party for Elon Musk. And I've got to say, this is pathetic, even for Fox News.
I think it's totally okay. The president is overseeing what Elon Musk is doing. And then you got cabinet members that oversee their own organization.
Oh, my God. The whole owning the libs thing has turned in instead. It's like now they're the victims. They went from let's own the libs to, man, this is fucked up. How are you going to go from like, look at those liberal tears, they fuel me, to, man, like, it's not really that cool what they're doing, bro. Like this shit, maybe we could like arrest them or something? Because this isn't cool, dude. Oh, my God.
And they have strong opinion as well. So you need these guys to duke it out and then the president to make the final decision.
Right.
Dude, Chris, go and just drive one around for days.
Elon Musk
just be like, I haven't gotten the feel for it yet.
He's now in the middle of the fray. And as he was saying over the weekend, he goes, they are doing to me what they do to Trump. They are.
Bro, he put himself there. The dude tweets 24/7. You can't have empathy for this dude. This is what he wanted. He was the nerdy kid that didn't have any friends, that fucking wanted to be popular. He finally got what he wanted, and he doesn't know how to respond. And instead of like fucking being like, hey, look at me, I got this position within the government and I'm going to do good things for people. Instead, he's just fucking inflating his ego because he thinks running a fucking algorithm that looks for the word gay on government websites is like doing the fucking Lord's work, that's somehow saving the government from the deficit. He's a 4chan troll. He's a nerdy kid that fucking had no friends. And now he's paying for his bullshit because when you fucking get to a place by undercutting other people and doing shitty things to them, no one's going to love you, bro. That's not how it fucking works. If you wanted to be loved, you would do things that make people love you. You wouldn't get on fucking Twitter and call Mark Kelly a traitor. You wouldn't shit on people. Like, even when it came to the MAGA people, he shit on the MAGA people and told them to go fuck themselves in the face. At what point do you think anybody should have empathy for you if the way you got to where you got is by fucking people over and being a shitty human being? Come on, bro.
Using the media to try to put the narrative together to make me seem like a Nazi sympathizer. And he says he's really concerned about people listening to this nonstop and fake news about him and his approach. And someone's going to try to kill him. And then what they're trying to do is hurt him in his businesses. And they're actually training, we want clear air. We don't want Musk here or something.
The funny part about being well in online games is there's no one to matchmake with because you're too high geared. Yeah, it's just as lonely as being on the fucking bottom, right? Buy bucket. Buy bucket.
You idiots. It's an electric car. It's your best bet for clean air. And now they're trying, now they have to worry about.
Dog, listen to them. They're defending electric vehicles. Oh, God, someone tell me this is all a psyop just to get Republicans to buy electric vehicles. Oh, fuck, this is my only hope. Hearing Fox News defend electric vehicles is amazing. Oh, I could do this all day.
Charging stations.
Well, from my understanding,
there's all this type of Nazi stuff.
He's like, they're fucking up the charging stations. Dude. Oh, my God. You know what Donald Trump should do to own the libs now? Donald Trump should own the libs by putting in more charging stations. He should subsidize electric vehicles and follow through with the infrastructure that Joe Biden. He should take Joe Biden's infrastructure bill and just fucking put it on steroids and just have electric charging stations all over the country. Just own the fuck out of us. Own us so hard. God, this is amazing.
Stuff's spray painted on.
From my understanding, Brian, they had to deputize. He uses a security company called Gavin de Becker, famous security organization, have a lot of former.
Look at these guys. They're having such a hard time. They're out of their element. Somebody brought them this script, and they're like, so we're going to be defending an electric vehicle company today. And they're like, we're what? We're doing what? Does Big Oil know about this? Is Big Oil going to be mad?
Former military operators that worked there. But the Trump administration, the U.S. Marshal Service, which they do sometimes, had to deputize his security detail to protect him now, so they can have more authority, like the federal government, to travel with their firearms everywhere.
Well, and Elon says it's the most American-made car out there. Most every part of the Tesla is.
Hold on, doesn't he have a factory in China? I mean, yeah, sure, the ones that are made here in America are probably made here in America. But dude literally owns a fucking factory in China, doesn't he? And he was trying to put one in Mexico, too. He's like, are these people this dumb? Yeah. What am I saying? That's a rhetorical question.
Is American-made, or the majority of it, more so than any other car, he says, in our own country.
They're putting North Korean state propaganda to shame. First of all, the media isn't doing anything to make it seem like Elon Musk is a Nazi. He's doing that all by himself. The media didn't make Elon Musk Sig Heil. The media didn't make Elon Musk endorse a neo-Nazi party in Germany. The media didn't make him agree with the white nationalists who blamed Jewish people for importing immigrants who hate white people. People think he's a Nazi because he has repeatedly demonstrated his sympathy for white supremacy and Nazism. And for him, being a climate hero doesn't really make a difference? I mean, they say that he's a climate hero because his company manufactures electric vehicles. So I guess that the left is supposed to worship him. But first and foremost, that's horseshit, as Mother Jones puts it. He not only emits more CO2 emissions in a month from his private jet than families.
Well, and so this is the thing. I think eventually he knew this was going to happen. First of all, that lady's name is Kirsty Wigglesworth. That's a good name for an author. Kirsty Wigglesworth. Oh, that's the person who took the picture. I think that he knew. And I think eventually he knew that all the shit that he was doing to try to push his companies to make himself more successful, to give him more connections, more ability, more authority within the government was eventually going to lead to people calling him out for his bullshit. I also think that, for a long time, obviously I support electric vehicles. I believe in climate change. I do believe it is man-made. I agree with 99.7% of the scientists that exist in that realm. And up until Elon Musk decided that he was going to, decide to pull this villain role, I had no fucking problem with him doing things. But I was also unaware of some of the shit that he was doing to push people to this point. The way that he was treating his labor, the dumping in the Texas water. I'm a big fan of space exploration. I love space exploration. There's nothing more that I want than to see, us go into the stars and find out real fantastical shit. Not made up fucking faith, religious shit, like actual, like crazy stuff. But then you realize that he wants to be able to shoot off, this many rockets to get there when there's a longer, slower way to do it. And you realize that it's more about ego and accomplishment than it is about helping the earth. And that's where it lost me, right? And then obviously everything he's done since then, as far as the trolling and the fucking crazy stuff like that, I can't be down with any of that shit. But at the end of the day, he didn't have to make that turn. He could have just stayed with what he was saying. He could have said, yeah, sure, I want to be able to get into space as soon as possible. I want to work within the regulations so that way we're not destroying the fucking, the air that we breathe. We're not destroying the water that we drink. We're not treating the employees in my business poorly. If he were to have done all that, he wouldn't be who he is today as far as like people's opinions of him. He created this out of his own ego. He created this out of his own greed, and I don't even think it's for money. I think his greed is for authority and power because, like I said, I think he was a nerdy dude that didn't have any real friends, and then he met Joe Rogan and smoked weed once, and the dude went straight fucking downhill since then. It's insane to see. And I do think that the ketamine has had an effect on him. I do think doing drugs has had an effect on him. I do think the popularity that he gained by buying Twitter has made him who he is today. And to be honest, it's fucking sad.
Emit for an entire year. He also props up climate deniers, so he's no climate hero. But that doesn't even matter. Even if he was a climate hero, progressives aren't required to worship him because he owns a fucking electric car company. Are you serious? By the way, that's our company. Our tax dollars.
Golf. Imagine seeing some fucking just thick ass, big redneck in a flannel, fucking MAGA hat on, Confederate flag flying from the back of his Cybertruck. And you're just like, yeah, owning the libs. It's so crazy.
Subsidize all of his corporations. And his employees made that wealth for him, and he stole it from them. He didn't do anything. Billionaires don't make shit. And even if his own emissions were a net zero, guess what? We're still allowed to criticize him and hate him for being a Nazi, since that ideology is notoriously genocidal and evil.
What up, Karen?
But I love how we're supposed to believe that the richest man in the world, who has unprecedented power, is a victim because people are being mean to him. They're protesting him. Sure thing. We're all weeping for Elon Musk, I can assure you. I'm playing the world's smallest violin right now. You just can't see it. It's super small. But as bad as the protests might be for business, I'm sure that even that's preferable to the increased vandalism against Tesla dealerships and vehicles that's becoming increasingly common, because that right there is something that is really going to make the brand toxic. A boycott or a protest, that's temporary. But being embarrassed...
Yeah, that shit'll make you think twice about owning a fucking Tesla, that's for sure. If you're afraid you're going to leave that shit, like, what was it? Was it the Nissan Altima or was it the Toyota Camry? I can't remember, but one of them there was an article that came out that said it was the most stolen vehicle because it was like the easiest car to steal. And the sales on that car plummeted because of that article. Same shit here. You ain't going to want to own a vehicle like that if you think somebody's going to fucking paint a swastika on it.
To drive a Tesla, or not wanting to ever buy a Tesla, or wanting to get rid of a Tesla because, you know, you're worried that somebody might vandalize it. That is something that does long-term damage to a company.
Motherfucker!
And that is becoming a big problem for Tesla. And to show you what I mean, here's just a small compilation from local news reports who've been tracking these occurrences across the country, and they're happening a lot.
Tesla's stock was hit hard with its steepest drop in 5 years. CEO Elon Musk's controversial role in the White House causing fallout for the company.
And for some who drive Teslas as well.
And I look and I see in giant white
poor dude. I feel
letters,
bad for the guy.
F Elon.
Richard's Body Shop in Albany Park has handled about 3 cases involving these specific electric vehicles being vandalized.
This video taken in Chicago that shows a white Chevy hitting the bumper, backing up, and then accelerating again.
Oh,
the destruction of property here at the Tesla Center in Salem is only one example in a pattern of vandalism against Teslas across the nation.
This is only the most recent incident. It's actually the 5th time in the last 5 weeks this dealership has been targeted.
Police say surveillance images from the dealership shows Adam Matthew Lansky throwing Molotov cocktails at the dealership, sparking fires. In a separate incident, police alleged that Lansky fired several rounds into the dealership and at least one vehicle.
And driving a Tesla went from...
But remember, guys, liberals don't have guns. So that wasn't a liberal. Obviously, you know, fucking MAGA has said it forever. You libs are in trouble. You don't own any guns. So that must not have been a liberal. They're going to have to investigate MAGA. I mean, that's the way it is. We don't make the rules here, okay? If liberals don't have guns... That couldn't have been a liberal. I mean,
you know, a cool thing to do to not a cool thing pretty quickly.
This amidst a string of anti-Tesla vandalism reports across the country. Colorado police report that several vehicles were vandalized with graffiti at a Tesla dealership. A female suspect was later found with explosives at the same location. Over in California, several Tesla owners say they received flyers encouraging them to sell their cars or face consequences. And Monday...
There you go, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice says, that being said, vandalizing other people's property doesn't help at all our cause. It just galvanizes people on the right. Beetlejuice, some of those people are putting flyers on the car to just nudge them to sell their vehicle. There we go. There we go. Right? Right? That's a good one. That's a good one.
Monday in Massachusetts, these Tesla charging stations...
You think this dip is just retail investors selling? Because if it is, you want to buy the dip? There's a guy on, I should bring up his video. There's a dude who does Tesla stock all the time, talks about it all the time, and he's an investor. So, you know, he's speaking from a point of view, but he's also really disenchanted with everything that Elon Musk has done since pretty much smoking weed on Joe Rogan's podcast. We should take a look at one of his videos because he probably talks about it a little better than I can. If I was to guess, I would say it's not retail. I would say, most likely, it's not like selling off because of the things Elon has done. I would say it's more likely these bigger guys that are God damn it, why am I missing the word right now? You know what the fucking word I'm looking for. They're selling off because there's a potential of the brand just not making quarterlies and stuff like that. God damn it, why am I blanking on that fucking name? Not retail. God damn it. Anyways, you know what I'm saying.
Were set on fire. Investigators believe it was intentional.
Since President Trump's inauguration, Tesla has been under increasing pressure.
I mean, some of it will
Over
be
the
retail,
weekend in downtown, demonstrators gathered.
The reason why I say that is because it's too big. Like, the sell-off is a lot. Like, it's not like, it doesn't seem like retail sell-off where it's like you can watch it and you're like, yeah, that's bouncing back. I mean, do I think Tesla will bounce back? Yeah, I do think it is, but it's also going to take, so it's going to take leadership from Elon to get the stock to bounce back, right? And right now what he's doing is he's spending so much time fucking on Twitter, but also doing all this other dumb shit that I don't think he's really going to give the type of like leadership or speech or whatever. He's not going to be able to come out and like make people feel better about the stock. So it could continue to drop. I doubt you'll ever see it drop below $100. I don't see that happening because of the fact that people will scoop it up. Most people don't understand. People in the stock market do not have morals. There's no morals to what you're buying. Unless you're like an activist investor and that's like big dollars. That would be fucking way, way different. But I don't think that it'll be an activist seller or buyer. I think that it'll drop. It'll probably continue to drop, but you'll get people that scoop it up because they just know how much it's worth. Now, if Elon doesn't come out and like say something and Elon doesn't do something, or if Elon continues to do crazy shit like he's been doing, the potential for it to actually drop below like the 114 or whatever that people were talking about, there is potential for that. Because if he continues to do crazy shit and sales continue to tank, then there's really no reason to be invested in the company. If he's not paying any attention to the company, then there's no reason to invest in the company.
Outside a showroom on Rush Street to protest Elon Musk's involvement in federal cuts through the Department of Government Efficiency. While this remained peaceful, it was a different story in Seattle, where several Cybertrucks were set on fire
that looks like
night.
Seattle.
Yeah, so when that's the alternative, I think that Donald Trump and Elon Musk should be thankful that some people are only choosing to peacefully resist through boycotts and protests.
Yeah, I would just continue to encourage.
I'm not showing you these clips.
So that's what I was saying earlier. What Mike just said right there, that's what I was saying earlier, is that if you think it's a good idea to start arresting peaceful protesters, these types of things are going to escalate. You should be encouraging people to peacefully protest, not discouraging. If you start discouraging people from peaceful protests, you will start to see much worse things happen to these Tesla lots. Like, the last thing you want to do is arrest somebody's grandma for peaceful protests. The last thing you want to do is arrest somebody's mom or sister for peaceful protests. You know, you saw what the fuck happened with Luigi. Like, he had a mom that was in constant pain. He himself was in constant pain. The last thing you want to do if you're Elon Musk or Donald Trump right now is to start arresting peaceful protesters, because they will 100% escalate this shit.
To promote vandalism, I would never support property damage. No way. Not ever.
Yeah,
so don't do it. I'm also beaming some additional thoughts into the minds of my viewers so that way they know how strongly I feel about property damage. But the point in showing you these videos is to demonstrate how backlash inevitably manifests
regardless
in numerous
of politics,
ways,
I agree with that.
whether you like it or not. As Martin Luther King Jr. put it, riots are the language of the unheard. It wasn't a justification for political violence. It was an explanation as to why it occurs. Americans don't like getting crushed by the boot of billionaire robber barons. Well, at least most Americans don't like that. Not to kink shame any Republicans who may be watching. But my point is that if you inflict pain and suffering on people through policy, they are going to rebel. That's what has happened since the beginning of time. Yeah. Whenever a king or some dictator does this, there is always blowback. This is not anything new, and Elon Musk has shown no signs of slowing down, so that would lead me to believe that the backlash is probably going to continue if I had to guess. In fact, in an interview with Larry Kudlow on Fox News, he once again signaled his intent to cut Social Security.
Yeah, and see, this is what I'm saying. Elon doesn't... I can't tell you what it is, but he doesn't have this ability to recognize when... It's like Trump. Him and Trump have the same shit. Is it psychopathy, maybe? Sociopathy? That could be it. Neither one of them knows when to take the foot out of mouth. Like, neither one of them has the ability to come out and like apologize or to like admit like a mistake. And that's what I'm saying is, if he can't do that, if he can't come out and like make amends with investors and make amends with potential people that want to buy the car and stuff like that, then yeah, the stock's going to continue to tank. And like Beetlejuice said, you're going the route of the BlackBerry at that point.
Which, spoiler alert, is going to piss off a lot of people.
So,
Golf, you're not being filtered. I see you.
I mean, the raising report in entitlement spending, which is which is most of the federal spending is entitlements.
Oh no, is he going to try and explain this again?
That's like the big one to eliminate, because that's the sort of $500 billion.
Bro, you can't say you want to eliminate entitlements and Social Security. Do you know what the fuck would happen if you fucking cut Social Security, dude? Maybe he does. Maybe that's what they want. That would be the dumbest shit you could possibly do. If you took away the social safety nets that allow the elderly in our communities to retire, that's not like that. You're going to piss me off already because I've already put all those taxes into it, right? But if you cut the people that have paid their whole fucking life to finally get a chance to enjoy a small, infinitesimally small portion of their life, finally get to enjoy it. If you cut that shit, do you know what's going to happen to this country? Holy shit. Like I said, maybe they do. Maybe, I've talked about the Curtis Yarvin stuff before, and, I'm 40% on it, whether or not that's what's going on or not. But the more I watch them talk about this shit, the more I believe that's what the fuck they're doing, because you're either so stupid and so inept that you don't realize what the outcome of doing these things are, or you're doing it intentionally. You are either dumb or you are trying to do this. One or the other. And I'm not sure which it is. It might be both.
Trillion, maybe $700 billion a year. That is also a mechanism by which
it's not the first time I've heard that.
Democrats attract and retain illegal immigrants by essentially paying them to come here and then turning them into voters.
Yes.
So this is why the Democrats...
Bro, he said, yes. It's bad when even the person interviewing on Fox Business is like, you're full of shit. You're full of shit. Like, this is McCarthyism. He has zero evidence to back this up. He just says it because it's inflammatory, and people take that, and you've seen it regurgitated ad nauseum by fucking MAGA. Not a single one of you one of them can actually explain what the fuck any of that means. It's not legal for people to come here as immigrants and vote in our elections. People do not come here and vote illegally in our elections. Like, they cannot prove any of this. It's McCarthyism. It is say something extremely inflammatory, say something that is so fucking fantastic that it blows the mind of the everyday person. Did you know that's what's going on? Dumb motherfuckers. Yeah, oh, that's why we lost? Oh, that's crazy. That's McCarthyism. And that's the same reason that fucking ruined countless lives during the Red Scare. This shit is spot on.
Democrats are so upset about the situation because they're losing, if we turn off this gigantic money magnet for illegal immigrants, then they will leave and they'll lose voters.
He's talking about cutting so-called entitlements like Medicare and Social Security. And the reason why they're called entitlements is because we are literally entitled to them. These are programs that we pay into our entire lives. This program, Social Security in particular, keeps 22 million Americans out of poverty every single year, including 16 million elderly Americans. And Elon Musk, who gets $8 million a day from the government through subsidies that we fund with our tax dollars, wants to take that money away from us. That is our money. Okay, not his money. He can't touch it. It's ours. And the fact that he's saying he wants to take away what is owed to us, that is going to lead to people being very angry. So this is why people are pissed off. They do things to antagonize people.
On purpose.
They fuck people over, and then they cry victim when people respond by protesting or doing things that lose him money. But it's not just the brazenly illegal nature of Doge and the Nazism and the misinformation his social media platform spreads. It's the fact that his actions are now materially hurting people. That is why the backlash is so severe. Actions have consequences. If you touch a stove, you shouldn't be surprised if you get burned. But as you can see, Right-wing propagandists are working overtime to do propaganda on his behalf to make it seem like he altruistically martyred his own companies just to save the country. What a good guy. But in actuality, we all can see that he's a greedy prick who's destroying our government for personal gain. But make no mistake about it, Elon Musk is not a victim. Trump scolding people being mean to him and Fox News running propaganda pieces for him isn't going to convince people that Elon Musk is a victim. He's
Nah, it's like the videos of somebody calling somebody the N-word and then they get knocked out, right? It's like the dude who got knocked out that was yelling the N-word in the black dude's face and then he got his ass knocked out. He's not a victim. Like, if you do that shit, if you hurt people, if you fucking take away people's their social safety nets, you don't get to claim that you're a victim, man. That's not how it works. He's not
a victim because people don't want to buy his shitty cars. Nobody believes that, and you're not going to convince us of that. Nor are you going to make anyone feel sorry for him. This is the richest man on the planet. I think he's going to be just fine. But listen, we didn't ask for Elon Musk to be our unelected shadow president. We didn't ask for Elon Musk to buy an entire social media company to poison American discourse. He chose to do these things on his own volition. He chose to make himself the face of late-stage capitalism. We didn't ask for any of this. He imposed himself on all of us without our consent and inserts himself into virtually every aspect of American life. And as much as I hate every other CEO, none of them do what Elon Musk does to this extent.
Yeah, because he wants popularity. Because the difference between him and all those other people, all these other billionaires and stuff, is they all grew up in some manner where they had people around them that probably, whether or not it was real or not, like loved them and like, prostrated themselves at their feet. And, even Trump is like that, right? Like Trump's had yes men around him his whole life. It's like the weirdest part about Elon is that he is like all these billionaires in the fact that he has all this money, but he's unlike all these billionaires because he was never as popular as they are. And what he really craves, what he really wants is, for just like Donald Trump, what he really wants is to be the most popular person, the most well-loved, the most well-appreciated person. But let me tell you this. That is the wrong way to go about it, my friend. The best way to go about becoming a well-loved, well-appreciated figure is to do things for people, not to do things to people.
Most of them buy politicians and then hide. Elon Musk buys politicians and then pretends like he's virtuous for buying politicians to benefit his own companies. Like, most people don't even know the names of the pricks and prickettes that run the Fortune 500 companies. So if you're going to put your face out there, then don't be surprised if people are going to start to hate you. And quite frankly, I think that I speak for most Americans when I say we're tired of looking at his dumb fucking face. But he refuses to take the hint. He sees the backlash and he thinks that whining and crying is going to make us like him more. He actually believes that he's funny and likable and cute, and he can't fathom why people would like him less the more they see of him.
It's that troll
But Elon,
attitude.
since you can't take the hint, let me spell it out for you as clearly as I possibly can. We don't fucking like you. We hate you. I don't care if that hurts your feelings. Spare me the crocodile tears. Go away, and I am certain the backlash will die down. Otherwise, shut the fuck up, because if you're going to be present, and if the Republican Party and Fox News is going to continue to shove you down our throats, we're going to continue to hate you, and the backlash is going to continue to build.
Luigi, and the funny part is Elon called it. He said, I'm going to do really bad things to this economy. I mean, I'm paraphrasing with that. I think he said he was going to crash the economy or whatever. And he said, and people are going to hate me more than ever. In fact, somebody is probably going to try to take me out. You knew, dude. You can't cry victim now. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And check out that video on the screen now.